Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's pre-match press conference ahead of our game against FC Dallas. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. Midfielder Justin Hack will be on at 1:30 p.m. Without further ado, we'll get started. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Scott.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Scott Church from Stream Punk Soccer.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, word came down about Thiago Martins being out for 4 to 6 weeks. Do we have any added information on that? And do we have any other player injury updates? Please and thanks.
Well, from what I've been told this morning, the surgery went well. So we wish him a speedy recovery, obviously, because he's a massive piece for our dressing room and our team and the way we want to play. So hopefully things will go well. The other injuries are the ones that you know of. It's Malachi, it's Keaton. Those are the guys are not available.
JR?
Hey, Pascal, JR DeBart, Blue City Radio. Thanks
Hi,
for taking
JR.
the time.
Hi.
On a lighter note, this past weekend on that hot Kansas City night, we saw you don what seems to be your signature sideline attire, what you're wearing now, the sweatshirt and sweatpants. This Saturday in Dallas, it's forecasted to rise above 90 degrees. So how hot does it have to get for you to wear some lighter clothes on the sideline?
Well, I think I said enough about my sweatsuit, but I'll give you this. I'm very proud to wear this sweatsuit, and it feels comfortable, even though it was hot and humid. I'm perfectly comfortable wearing it. So I haven't made my decision going into the game against Dallas yet, but we'll have to wait and see for tomorrow.
Michael, Andrew?
Pascal, Mike Andrew from Blue City Radio. Thanks
Hi,
as always. Transfer window is officially open. Any update on Nico?
Yeah, he's in the process due to for his visa. So there is a chance he might be ready to play for tomorrow, but we still have to wait on a few things. So, but he's trying to get his stuff done as soon as possible. And as I said, we just have to wait and another few hours to see if we can make him eligible to play for tomorrow's game.
Andrew?
Hi, I'm Andrew Lee with Hudson River Blue.
Hi.
Hi, this will be the last game of the stretch where you've played in kind of extreme heat conditions on the road. Have you learned anything about sort of how the team handles that setup and how you manage in that sort of like environment, having now done it in a sort of short rest periods and that kind of thing?
Well, I think we handled ourselves until now pretty decent. As you say, said just now, it's the circumstances are tough, but I mentioned that to one of your colleagues just now as well. It's both teams who have to deal with these situations. So, and I think we handled ourselves pretty decent so far. Um, the one thing I would say is the second half against Kansas, we got ourselves into a situation where we were too passive, and I'm not sure if that is only weather related or the fact that we had to play a few games in a short period of time. But that is something we need to avoid going forward into the fourth match in a short period of time.
Chris?
Hey Pascal, Chris Campbell from the outfield.
Hi, Chris.
I wanted to revisit the last match and when you had Hannes Wolf unavailable, typically throughout the year you've started Hannes on one side and one of Ojeda or Julian on the other side. For that match, you opted for Andres Perea on the wing. Was that because you wanted to keep one of Ojeda or Julian available off the bench, or was it because of some tactical something else that Andres provided in that spot for that match? Thank you.
Yeah, that was based on something else. If you remember correctly, we also brought Johnny Shore back into the team next to Aidan O'Neill. So how I wanted to structure our midfield play and getting the extra bodies in the central part of the pitch was a huge part of that of that decision. And we all know that Andres Pereira is a guy that can find his way into these spots in midfield and making the runs like he did and how he scored the goal. So that was a combination of things that made me decide to play him from the wing.
Michael Allen?
Hi, Coach Michael Allen, Blue City Radio and Pro Soccer.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, Just wanted to ask you a little bit more about the Thiago Martins injury. With the departure of Burke Risa as well, it leaves the team pretty thin at center back tomorrow. Just can you talk about your thinking going into the game tomorrow with these injuries and the departure? And is center back some position that you're going to try to address during the transfer window?
Yeah, we've been looking at center backs already for a longer period of time. That doesn't only concern us now with Thiago not being available or Burke leaving the club. It's been on our radar for quite some time. So we have several candidates in our site who might be interesting to bring to New York. Going forward to the match of tomorrow, we still have Tavon Gray, who can play central. We also have Tana, who can play central. So, and if necessary, even Kevin O'Toole or Aidan O'Neill will be considered to play central in one of those positions. So we'll deal with it as it comes going into this game.
Jonathan?
Hey, Pascal, Jonathan Mack, AM New York.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Pascal. Your away record struggles are known in the league, but Dallas also have the second worst home record in the league this season, having only picked up their second win last match week. Does that play into your preparation, and how so?
No, not really, not necessarily into our preparation. As you mentioned, our away stretch is something that we focus on in order to get that job better from our side. So that is our main concern. And now it's Dallas, and of course we're aware of their form in the league. But as I said, for us, it's just mainly getting a positive result in an away match.
Chris?
Pascal, Chris Campbell from the outfield once again. The last two matches we've seen appearances from Seymour Reed near the end. What have you seen from him on the field that is excited for you? It makes you excited for him going forward, and what do you see that he needs to improve on so he can continue to get more playing time? Thanks.
Well, he's in a good place at the moment. He's training with us on a daily basis, and I've seen all his home games with the second team. If I'm not mistaken, he scored about 11 goals in the second team. So he's able to produce goals, and that is the main job for a number nine. He's still a young kid, but plays with a lot of energy. What I do like about him, he has movement off the ball and can set plays as well. And if you look back to the game against Kansas, it took him maybe 5 or 6 minutes or so in order to get adapted to senior play. And the first duel he played in a setup he lost, and all the other plays he put up a good fight in order to get us forward. And I think that is a huge part of his responsibility as well. If you go back to the game against Orlando, he had a huge opportunity in order to score the third goal, but he was also there alongside from Alonso when Alonso scored the winning goal. So he has to keep up this level and try to improve himself in order to get more play time and become more competitive for the number nine position.
Final one, go with Christian.
Hi, Pascal. It's very clear as an experienced coach what you give these young players like Seymour and Sebastiano. I'm curious the other way. Is there anything you think working with young players particularly gives you as a coach, or is why you're perhaps drawn to that?
No, not necessarily. I think my experience has taught me to work with any type of player, young or middle-aged or a little older. And I, as a coach, I learn from these guys every day still. So that's not really an issue. But I think the factor that is there for all ages is that they're willing to be coached and are open for coaching and willing to become better than they already are. So, and that is something that I'm always willing to do and open for. And with all the experience and all the knowledge that I have and my personality together, I'm always hoping to help these players go forward.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Justin Heck will be on at 2:30 p.m. ET.